You wanted the best. You've got the best podcast, the hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. The CEOs, authors, thought leaders, visionaries, and motivators. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
Hi, this is Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com. Welcome to the big show, my family and friends. The Chris Voss Show family. The family that loves you but doesn't judge you. But we still invite you over for Thanksgiving dinner because, I don't know. We've seen some of you folks. I don't know. You've seen me. Do you really want to eat any place I'm eating? I don't know what any of that means, but it's probably Chinese food on Thanksgiving. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, folks. We really appreciate you guys. And as always, we have to guilt trip you at the beginning of every show to refer the show to your family, friends, and relatives. Give us 5-star reviews on iTunes, youtube.com/Chris Voss, goodreads.com/Chris Voss, the big LinkedIn newsletter, the big 130,000 LinkedIn group, and all the stuff we do over there on LinkedIn/Chris Voss. Check that out as well. Guilt and shame your friends into subscribing to the show. We really appreciate it. And, just think of it as a religion or not. We don't even charge for it. It's free. It's kind of a weird religion. It's probably, doesn't that make it a cult? I'll have to check with the attorneys. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Once again, we have a brilliant author, mindset, and coach on the show. We'll be talking to her about her experience, her life, her dealing with trauma, different things like that. So we're going to go through the show and talk about all that good stuff. She is the author of the newest book that came out February 28th, 2021, The Goddess Compass, a life transformational guide for every woman going through physical or emotional trauma. She's a multi-book author. Deanna Hann is on the show with us today, founder of a navigational program, the Goddess Compass. The program's adventurous and spiritual journey in the Amazon jungle was her healing transformation. The compass guided her to let go of her past and become who she was truly meant to be. A compass is a powerful tool that she shares open-heartedly with all, and especially with ones who struggle with depression, pain, suffering, or lack of confidence. It sounds like what my show does to most listeners. She has spoken to over 400,000 women internationally to impact their lives in their quest for happiness. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm wonderful, Chris. How are you? How's everybody out there?
We are wonderful. And that's just my personalities that are wonderful so far, along with the audience. So give us your .coms where we want people to find you on the interwebages.
It's goddesscompass.com.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. So people can find all the stuff that you do there. Give us a little bit of your origin story. What brought you to this point in your life and how you've helped so many people?
Well, I truly wasn't happy like this all my life, I assure you. And I took a jelly bean full of pills for every condition you could possibly imagine, from depression to trying to get over cancer to getting over a car accident. And all of those things make me who I am. And I look at it as I'm the warrior of all of those things. Mm-hmm. But I also lack something called confidence, which we always go looking for. And truly, confidence is inside you when you look at where you've been and what you've overcome. So I consider myself quite a warrior to get over all of that, because I did walk with a cane after an accident, which, the cane was for about 8 months after going over an embankment with a car. Plus, I was a miserable bitch for a while, and nobody wanted to be around me because I was suffering and I was in so much pain. I couldn't get out of bed. But listen, I got over all of that. I'm actually thankful for everything that happened, because now I realize I was vibrating at such a low energy. Who would want to be around someone that miserable and that was suffering that much?
There you go. I know your feeling. Before we named it the Chris Voss Show, we were going to make it more personal to me and call it the miserable I can't get this joke cut. The Miserable Bitch Podcast. But then we just decided to call it the Chris Voss Show because either way, it was about me. So there you go. So go on. I mean, what you've sounds like we go through these journeys in life, don't we?
Yeah. So I graduated from all of that, and I realized that I was lacking love for myself because obviously, if nobody wants to be around you, then how can you love yourself? And I also think about, and I'd like everybody to think about Albert Einstein. He discovered the law of gravity, the law of motion. And he said to his daughter, just before he passed away, I discovered another law. It's called the law of love, and it's more powerful than gravity. And that is so true, because when you learn to love yourself on a molecular level, and it's like your body becomes your temple, and you cherish it, and you love it, and you take care of it, and you look at the thoughts that are in your mind, and you look at what's in your heart, that's when you realize that you can change your vibration. So I changed my vibration to a love vibration that I attracted many beautiful things in my life. And that's where miracles truly happen. So it's like the law of love was founded through this goddess compass, this navigational tool, because I did so much personal development on myself through this navigational journey that I realized that I truly love myself now, and people want to be around me. And I attracted so many wonderful adventures and experiences and people who I wanted to be in my circle. So I found out that through loving myself, it was like I became this pillar of love. And then these beliefs that we have when we're going through depression and we're going through suffering no longer existed. I became unconditional with changing those beliefs, because those beliefs are based on conditioned experiences. So I became unconditional love. And then I wanted to be, I hope you like this one, a human vibrator. And it's like I realized I could connect myself to the earth and the planet. And then the word earth, just for a moment, stop. It's the same as the word heart, but it's scrambled. So when you connect to your own heart, you connect to the earth, you connect to the universe, and then you can vibrate at a different level. So it's like once I healed my own heart, I was able to open it again and expand it to the earth, expand it to the universe. So that is my story. And that's what happens to people in the Goddess Compass navigational journey. We let go of our limiting beliefs. We heal our heart. We realize our body is our temple. And when you don't want to suffer anymore, and you don't want to treat yourself like you're the victim, and you want to be the warrior, and you know where you've been, and you don't want to look back anymore, because yesterday is not on the calendar, and neither are you. So you can change those beliefs, and you can change who you are. I am love. I am light. I am confident because of where I've been on my journey. So that's a little bit about that. I hope that answered your question a little bit, Chris.
Most definitely.
There's so much more.
You brought up something that reminds me too of what we originally were thinking of the name of the show, the Human Vibrator Podcast. We are also considering that on top of the Chris Voss Show. But I think people in my gaming community, Call of Duty, do refer to me of a variation. It's of the term human vibrator, but we won't get into that. It starts with a D. Anyway, so moving on to jokes. People go through a lot of trauma in life. There's sometimes childhood trauma. There's sometimes accidental trauma. It seems like I don't think anybody goes through life without life throwing them a curveball. Is that pretty much so what you found?
It is. So it's like infinity now. What happened to you? You can look at it, and it's like a circle for me to give it back to the universe. I have suffered. I know everybody else has suffered too. But if you don't want to stay there anymore, you have to heal your heart. And then your heart becomes the earth, and you're able to open up and live at a level of so much love and beauty in your life because you become the creator of it all. You are the creator of your own happiness. And the pillars of that are in your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul, and definitely your heart.
There you go. There you go. And so you do consulting on your website. Let's talk about some of the different services and things that you do, because I've got your website pulled up. There's a lot of stuff that you do on here. And then let's get into a little bit into your book and what you wrote about and talk about in it.
I have some interesting programs, but one is marry yourself first. If you cannot love yourself, then you're going to be in a relationship where things are very unbalanced, and you're going to be looking at someone to complete you. But if you love yourself first, till death do you part, then you're going in full swing with everything that you have, and no one can take that love away from you, but you've got more to give and emit in a relationship and to the world. And that's where true happiness lies, when you don't have to be with someone to feel like they need you, you need them to feel completed. You're already complete when you marry yourself first. So that's one of my courses. So we go through different layers of healing our heart, our mind, our body, our spirit, our soul. So then we're ready to attract the love that we truly deserve. One that appreciaes who we are wholeheartedly, not just going in with a little part of their heart, the whole heart.
Do I need to get a prenup for marrying myself? That sounds like something.
Yeah, we even write that up.
Well, the one thing I've found, and I've been single and dating all my life, the one thing I found is you've got to do the work and fix your trauma, whether it's from childhood or sometime in your life. Unless you can bring to a relationship a whole person and you fix your stuff and you're just not, showing up with a bag of broken glass and you hope the other person has a bag of Band-Aids and you're like, let's play together. It's not going to work out well, clearly. Yeah. And there's some people that do that. They just monkey branch from relationship to relationship. They never fix their problems. They just blame, the other sex for, okay, well, it must be them. It's not me. God forbid I should be self-accountable. And once people achieve self-accountability and they go, hey, let's do the work. Let's fix me. Let's, you can't expect someone else to make you happy in life. I've learned that the hard way.
Yeah. And you got to stop complaining, shaming, and blaming other people for your journey. Everything that happened to you happened for a reason, to carve you out to be who you are now. So if you look at the earth and the heart part, those lessons learned are truly stepping stones to be a better person, knowing that you're not on the calendar from yesterday. You're here today. And from those lessons, you want now to have more love in your life. You know how to get it if you want to stop suffering.
What if you want more hate in your life?
Hate?
I'm just kidding. We do the jokes right here.
That's a negative vibration. You'll just be in a corner dying.
That's true. And I'll probably be unhappy, but I don't know. Sometimes it feels good. Legacy. Oh, I'm just kidding. These are jokes, people. So one of the things you talk about is being happy for no reason. I like this concept. What is that about?
Well, again, it's kind of a premise of the same thing of marrying yourself first. If you realize that the happiness is the inside journey, you're in control of your mind, you're in control of your heart, you're in control of your body, you're in control of all of that. And once you know that, nobody can take your happiness away. Like, it's the external things that happened, because it's how you react to things. Now I'm not going around like a loony, always happy. I have my downward moments, but you can get back to center base. You can get back to the pillar, which is you, to get over it, because you don't want to suffer anymore. You've suffered enough. So you have compassion for yourself and other people in situations, but you realize that happiness is the inside journey. And you're totally in control. You hold the reins. It's the navigational tool that you have to vibrate in that way.
Yeah. So many of us go through life and they're like, well, once I get this car, I'll be happy. Once I get this house, I'll be happy. Once I get this relationship, I'll be happy. Once I get, whatever, I'll be happy. Or this person's responsible for my happy. I'm not happiness because of them. And people don't realize you've got to make that journey within yourself, because if you're an unhappy person, or what was it you said earlier, an intolerable B word.
Well, yeah, exactly. Who wants to be around someone like that?
No one wants to be around. And then you're just making your unhappiness internally is just making everybody unhappy, which, an intolerable B word is pretty much what people call me at Thanksgiving dinner with my family up here. They don't appreciate when I bring the human vibrator to dinner. Anyway, I don't know what that means.
But we are all human vibrators. I really mean that. We can vibrate at a higher level and move the planet through light and love. I mean, what's more powerful? To turn on the light? To turn on the love? Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah.
When you switch on the love and the light, you're going to attract beautiful things in your life. Let's face it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, this is something I learned, especially when COVID started. COVID kind of honed my gratitude and what was important in life. And, no one knew what was going on. It was really weird. Everyone had seen the movies of, some sort of contagious virus that came and killed everybody overnight. You just didn't know what was going to happen. It was, I was a little scared and a little freaked out. And there was no toilet paper. So that alone will freak you out. And, it really, all my life I've been focusing on different things like, excelling in business, cars, house, money, all that sort of good stuff. And it made me realize that, the human beings in my life, my sister, my mother, were the most important things to me. And they could be taken from me in an instance, especially both of them having health issues. And so it really honed down to like, holy crap, what's really important in life. And gratitude became a key word during that time that I started thinking about. And when you're grateful for what you have, you seem to be more happy. Am I correct in that?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And when you're ungrateful, you're an intolerable B word. I'm saying that because I don't want YouTube to.
It's true, though. You're not appreciative of what you got. You're going to vibrate at a different level, too. Yeah. I'm so grateful that I get to wake up every day now. I get to be a better person than I was yesterday from the lessons learned. I get to enjoy the sunshine. And then I realize the sun is inside me, even on a cloudy day. I can make myself smile. I know how to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful just to have food on my table and a warm bed. There's so many things you can be grateful for.
Wait, you got a warm bed and food on your table?
Yeah, even in Newfoundland. Even in Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. There you go.
But the truth is, I'm grateful to wake up another day and just to work on being my best self with no competition from anybody else, just being better than I was yesterday. Mm-hmm. So, and I get to do it again and again. It's like a new beginning. It's like a rebirth, I know we all celebrate our birthdays. I know I do. I just had a big birthday, but we get to rebirth ourselves every day with a new you, new cells, new energy. Every moment is different. Every hour is different from what it was yesterday. And it's like a present. And I know we've heard it said before, so it's a cliche. It truly is a present. And you are the present when you line up in that way to create your own happiness. It's like you create your own day. You're the author of your own day. You can vibrate the planet with your happiness and your love and light, or you can be miserable and bitter and not have a great day.
Definitely.
So I consider having a great day, a grateful day too.
There you go. And staying present, my one thing I love is I've got 2 Siberian Huskies, and they're really good at sensing when you're stressing or, you're having a bad day, and they come up to you and they really help keep me grounded. Like sometimes I'll be working and they'll come in and they want to bump up into me and stick their nose up and say, "Hey, Dad, you need to give me some attention. And you need to quit doing all this work and yelling at the computers and stuff and whatever you're doing. And you need to go enjoy life. And you need to go out and throw the ball with me and give me some treats and and spend some time playing with me. And it brings me back to my base. It brings me back to, hey, this is more important. And than all this stuff, because I've learned with having 4 dogs that I've got a good 10 to 15 year run, and their time moves through my life pretty fast. And when I turned 50, I was complaining and doing a little bit of a get off the cross, we need the woods sort of pity party thing, and I was like, oh God, I've turned 50. And someone on my Facebook said to me, they go, hey Chris, you really are blessed. Like you said earlier, you're given a gift and privilege. They go, there's a lot of people who didn't make it to 50 and didn't make it today that really would like to be in your shoes. Maybe you should have some humility. And I went, wow, hit me like a truck, and sticks with me this day. And so what you're talking about is really important.
We are blessed to live another day, and to lead into your animals too. We give our animals so much love, and they give us love back unconditionally. They don't ask any questions. They just want to be fed and taken care of. So you have to give that unconditional love to yourself as well. And then you have more love to give to others. And if you're just getting the food on the table and you're getting a roof over your head like the puppy dog, we should be grateful just for that, because those are human essentials.
Yeah, and they remind you of what's important in life. Like, I don't think anybody's going to be sitting at the end of their life, either on their deathbed or maybe on the porch in the rocking chair things. I often think about, what am I going to be thinking about when I'm on that porch and I'm contemplating my life and my journey, and I'm kind of preparing for the end. What am I going to think about? And you're not going to remember the TPS report that you didn't file on Friday because about whatever the sales figures was in 1987. You're not going to remember that. You're going to remember the faces, the loves of your life, the things that energized you, the great memories that you have, and hopefully those are going to be more positive than they are negative. And that's why a lot of this stuff is important. Let's plug a little bit about your book, The Goddess Compass. Tell us what's inside of there and what that can really help people when they pick it up.
The Goddess Compass was really my vulnerability to the universe. We all have a vulnerable side, and I just felt like I needed to share my story of where I've been. But I was thankful for my story, and I was grateful for every experience that I had, because I realized it was like my dark side and my light side became together to create this beautiful mosaic of who I am. I'm no carbon copy of anybody, and it's my signature journey. But when I realized there's so many people that suffer from the conditions that I suffered, from the depression and the dis-ease in my body. I said, I want to pay it back. I want to pay it forward to the universe. I want to help other people. So it's like there was this feeling inside me, by sharing my story, that I would be able to connect to other people and let them know there's a better way. And I shared also some of the programs that I did in personal development. I studied Ayurvedic medicine as well. I studied the art of being a woman, and no disrespect to the men out there, we can do it without you now with science, but we are the co-creators of a human body inside of us that we carry for at least 9 months. So it takes about 9 months to get here. And I've been here a lot longer than 9 months, obviously. So I've went over a lot of hurdles and bumps to get here. But now I realize I'm so empowered to create more love, because that's where I came from. I came from love. So once I realized that, and I said, everybody came from love. So in my book, it's about the gratitude of the journey and about the love that's inside me to help others. And that's why I'm here. That's my purpose in life. That is my mission. So I'll say it again. I want everybody to be a human vibrator, not just me.
There you go. Well, I mean, positivity and light and love and kindness makes the world go round, or it can make the world a better place. Certainly darkness doesn't do well, and ugliness and things like that. I saw Star Wars, and you never want to turn to the dark side. I guess is how.
Darth Vader.
Come to me, Luke. I'm your father. Anyway, whatever the joke is there. So this is pretty interesting. And so in the book, you outline your story, and you talk a lot about this goddess compass. Let's get into that a little bit more. What is the goddess compass? I know I touched on it a little bit in the bio, but tell us a little bit more about the goddess compass, why that's important, and maybe kind of how you came about with that concept.
Okay, so it's my signature journey. I'm no Tony Robbins. I'm no Marie Forleo or, the Byron Katie's of the world. It's my signature path of what I went through. The goddess compass was my navigational tool to get out of my suffering. And I realized it was very powerful. I'll even say today, it's probably the most powerful tool on the planet to get over suffering from cancer, from the violation of my innocence being taken at a young age, from getting over car accidents, to getting over depression, to losing my husband and my career. So the compass was powerful enough for me to get over all of those things and to smile every day with gratitude. So I knew I had a gem there. So I was on my knees at one point saying, where is this coming from? I can't take responsibility for the goddess compass just coming from me. It comes from the wisdom of the universe, from the planet, and all the mentors that I tapped into for my personal development. But most importantly, I took it all and I processed it inside me. And I said, I am love. I am light. And all of those people out there that are spreading their message are love and light too. And they might have a different slant on it, how they do it. But for me, it was about being a human vibrator. And the goddess compass was my navigational journey to attract beautiful, miraculous love into my life and light. And I am so grateful for everything that made me who I am, because I really feel right now I am that confident, beautiful mosaic, because I took the dark and light and merged it together. And now I want to pay it forward to the universe and help so many people out there who are suffering. So my goddess compass was just my pitch for who I am and my business as well, because we're just one.
There you go. And this is something that people are inspired by, they're motivated by, they can go to the next level on. I notice on your website you've got several courses that you use. Tell us about some of the courses and ways that you interact and help people.
I have 21 ways to be happy for no reason. I'm not going to give you all my secrets here today, but it was the compass encompassing everything that I went through. And then I looked at all the golden nuggets and I said, this can help this person. This can help this person. And we've all suffered. And for anybody who don't want to suffer anymore, it's my master class of how to be happy for no reason, so no one can ever take your happiness away from you. Now, I'm not going to say that you're not going to have your spirals of where you're going to go downward, but you're not going to stay there very long. You're just going to have the power inside you to get that happiness back in the now, happening now in the present. And I will say this, I'm very spiritual. And I'll say, God, do not create junk, and he never started with you. And I don't care if you worship a shoe or Buddha or Allah or a beer bottle. You were created out of something so powerful in the universe, and that's love. And once you know that love is inside you, you can create anything you want. And my happiness program gives you that power and that confidence and that courage and that compassion for yourself and others to be truly happy for no reason, and no one can take that away from you.
There you go. There you go. And so you've got, looks like courses for men and for women.
Well, I had to, Chris. I had men reaching out to me because I post every day on my platforms, on Instagram and on Facebook and on my website. And men were seeing my post, and sometimes they were attracted to me in a picture. I'm going to be honest. And sometimes it was the message. And once they read it, they reached out and they said, I want help.
Mhm.
I don't want to suffer anymore. And there was things in my messages that resonated with them. So why would I turn anybody away? You know, we're all human. We've all suffered. It's not just women who are suffering out there. There was men. So I realized a lot of the things in my program could help men too. So why not help the men as well? So that's when I said, how many men out there want to be a knight?
Mhm.
And then I looked at, you know, the Viking heritage of being the brave knight and being courageous and confident and still having a beautiful, soft heart full of love for other people, but doing it in a compassionate way to make things right. That's how I developed the night shift program.
Oh,
And it's just night shift, but it's a shift in the direction of attracting light and love as well and not suffering anymore.
and then
That's
it's
just,
night shift with a K, so it's
it is.
different than night court. So
It is.
so it's and that appeals to men because men are I mean we kind of like being the shining knight that says the protector and provider. That kind of appeals to us from a biological sense of our core being. And we like the masculine and the feminine. I don't know, some people like the feminine that are on the men's side. That's cool. But we like being that shining knight that is kind of looks after the world, and we're built biologically to be providers and protectors. That's why they made us. And then you do the Goddess Compass coaching for women.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So to lead into what you talked about with the night shift, men have feelings too, just like women. We obviously
Wait,
know that,
seriously?
but we have been conditioned from our past patterns to think it's not okay to show how we feel, that we're supposed to hold it all inside. And that's why so many men, I believe, die of heart attacks, and there's so much mental illness in that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they can't express how they feel. So when you're able to open up in a safe haven, and that's where the night shift program is, and to really share what's bothering you without judgment, and you become that soul without shame again, you're able to let go of the suffering. And it was just a little while ago, I was at a celebration, and one of the men there that I coached, and he basically said that he's not suffering anymore, that, he let go of his limiting beliefs, and, he healed his heart, and he was able to open it up again because he had such negativity towards women.
Oh, really?
And I was able to help him understand, that you got to break that cycle. You got to break that pattern of what you think you should be. And you need to open your heart and express your true authenticity. Just like I'm being authentic with you here today. Listen, there's nobody out there just like you, and you have to be your own self and express what's truly in your heart that makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
So communication is so important. So it was not only being able to take that in the night shift and explain that to them, they're able to communicate and express what's in their heart openly now in relationships. And that's so important, to be able to relate in relationships to what's truly in your heart.
Mm-hmm. There you go. It's important to find happiness and peace and enjoy the beauty of this world. And there's so much beauty to be found, whether it's the stars, the moon, the sky. Women are beautiful. I don't think men are beautiful, but that's because I'm just biologically built that way. But I'm sure there's probably beautiful men that women think are beautiful. So, I'll leave it to them. Guys are guys. I think we're smelly and sweaty, and I don't know. I just don't find this appealing in any way, shape, or form. It's a joke here, people, whatever. If you like men, that's cool for you. But I have no idea what women see in us. I really don't.
Wow.
This is jokes, people. But I mean, have you seen us lately? No, I'm just kidding. The knighthood, that's what people, women are attracted to for us. The provider protector thing. It's all biology, caveman, cave woman sort of hunter-gatherer sort of thing, I guess, if you really study it. What have we touched on that you do for people and that you help people with, your book, et cetera, et cetera?
We did. We touched on all of that.
We touched on all of it, so we got all in the can. Anything more we need to tease out or talk about what you do and how you help people?
Well, like I said, if anybody is tired of suffering, we have lots of different programs, but the program is inside you, to be able to change your life. And if you feel like some of the things that I talked about here today, resonate with you, and you need to work on your mindset and you need to work on your heart. And I'll just say this little exercise. What part of your body do you touch when you believe? I believe. I believe.
Mm-hmm.
We usually touch our heart or our chest, is that right? But yet that's connected to our mind. So we have to heal our hearts first to be able to open up and be able to connect with others in loving, healthy relationships. So if you're carrying something from your past and you're bringing it into another relationship in a negative way, not with the wisdom of, I'm going to protect myself this time. I've got the right armor on. I'm that knight, that shining knight that's no longer bitter, but glowing with my armor. Then you're going to attract some beautiful moments into your life and some beautiful adventures. And if you live like that, we can all create more happiness on the planet, because we can't do it alone. There's so many beautiful goddesses out there, but they want the knights that are able to express and open up too. We don't want the ones that are just going to hold it all in and then there's going to be an explosion, because that happens in relationships too. It has to be some compassion and communication and courage and confidence to express who you are. And the goddess compass is very similar to the night shift program. In that way, we give you the courage to be the knight. We give you the courage to be the goddess. We give you the communication skills. We give you the compass to guide you away from the darkness to the light, so you can merge together to create some sparkling moments. And that's what it's all about. So everybody's on the same level playing field, because a woman's heart is no more important than a man's heart. We all need it to live and love. And when I'll say it again, the heart and the earth is the same place. It really, truly is, when you learn the lessons to get back and connect them together.
There you go. There you go. Well, that's a beautiful message and a great soliloquy of life, possibly, if I've chosen the right verb or adjective properly. And something we all should aspire to. Give us your .coms where people can find you on the interwebs and reach out to you to know more.
Okay, so it is goddesscompass.com. You can book an appointment with us. We'll give you lots of love and we'll actively listen to you for 30 minutes without any interruptions. And that's free. And after that, you can decide if you want to go deeper into the journey to get the love and light in your life that you truly deserve. And if you're tired of suffering, we have so many programs to help you so you can make the world a better place.
There you go. There you
With
go.
You included.
There you go. I love the message. Was there I think I'd seen something about a free copy of a book. Do you still do that and offer?
Yes. So I can send you a copy of my ebook. The only catch is I want your email. I want to send you my blogs. I want to send you your newsletters. I want to send you my love messages on a regular basis. I won't bombard your mailbox, but I will send you some messages that I think you would love to just make life a little bit more happier for you. So I will do that if you give me your email address.
There you go.
That's a fair deal, isn't it?
That's a fair deal. That's a fair deal. You're giving people something.
You get my book
there you
for
go.
365 affirmations. That's the one I'm going to send you. 365 affirmations that you can practice. Affirmations are very powerful when you start off with I am. So I collected them from many personal development courses that I did. And I also created some of them myself. And they're just wisdom that has been passed down over the years, compiled into one book.
Awesome sauce. Well, this is a beautiful message, an inspiring one where people can go to the next level and reach out to you. Thank you very much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. So my very last message, what do we all need to be?
We all need to be, is it the vibrator thing again?
We all need to be human vibrators.
Human vibrators. This sounds like
move the planet with light and love.
Move the planet with light and love. Make the world a better place. Leave it better than what you came in with. Because it needs
That's
some help.
That's where we came from, Chris. That's where we came from.
Definitely. Well, thanks. Thank you for coming on the show, Deanna. Thanks to my audience for tuning in. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, youtube.com/Chris Voss, all those crazy places we are on the internet, especially LinkedIn. Thanks for being here. Stay safe. Be good to each other. And we'll see you guys next time. And that's